Genesis 27, we've got Esau, Jacob, and their father with Rebekah playing a game. It looks like Isaac understands he's not long for the world. He's blind thing. He tells his son Esau to come to him, and he tells Esau, hey, go out, go hunting, find yourself a deer, go cook some venison, bring it to me so that I might savor the taste, and then I'll share with you my blessing. And so Esau, without delay, leaves and he goes hunting, but Rebekah overhears him, and she quickly goes to find Jacob and says, hey, do everything that I say to do. Go get 2 baby kid goats. I'll make some venison. I want you to dress up in your brother's clothes. I want you to give this venison to your father and get that blessing from him. And Jacob says, well, I'm a smooth man. My brother is hairy. So she says, okay, just do what I say. She ends up taking some of that goat hair, putting it on his hands and his neck. Jacob goes in to talk to his father and shares with him. And his father says, come here, son, come close to me. The voice is of Jacob. The body, as he feels it, is of Esau. So he eats the venison, which is goat, with his father. His father gives him a blessing in verse 29. That blessing is, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And he goes on his way. Esau comes in right after that from hunting. He has his savory meat. He brings it to his father. He says, Father, arise and eat of your son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. Isaac, his father, said, who is that? And when he learns it's Esau, it says, trembled very exceedingly, and said, who? And he has this conversation with Esau. And when Esau hears the words that his father gave his blessing to his brother, he is angry. He cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. His dad, Isaac, says, thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy blessing. And he says, is not he rightly named Jacob? This is the second time he supplanted me. Jacob means to supplant in Hebrew, basically. He says, do you not have any blessing reserved for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. What shall I do now unto thee, my son? And he says, bless me also, my father. And he lifted up his voice and he wept. And you can really feel for Esau in this. You can feel it. What was important to him. His reasons for it's important, I don't know. We don't know that. But it was. And I also weep for him a little here. And so his father answered, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing that his father blessed him with. And he said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. But Rebekah got hold of these words too. She calls her younger son Jacob. She says, your brother's really mad at you. He wants to kill you. I want you to listen to my voice. I want you to get up and go to Laban. I want you to just stay there a few days until your brother's fury turns away. A few days. She wants basically her oldest son Esau, to forget that he's angry. I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? I take that to mean, why should I be deprived of you and Isaac? Meaning, I don't want to lose both of you. Isaac's about to die. I can't lose you too. And then in the last verse it says, and Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these, which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? She's doing this so that her son Jacob doesn't get killed, but she also, I'm sure, has a second purpose, that she wants him to find a wife, but she uses the second purpose as a way to get Jacob on board, which we'll see in chapter 28. Esau has a murderous heart. We know that the commandments are coming, and it's going to say, thou shalt not murder. And Jesus said, it is said in your law that thou shalt not murder. But I say, even if you think of killing your brother in your heart, that you've already committed murder or adultery. But the same thing. I think it was in regard to adultery. But we can also have murder in our heart. So Esau is a murderous man. He has murder in his heart. Isaac loved Esau. But because Jacob took his blessing, and Isaac was honest and gave his whole heart to that blessing, he couldn't, nor I don't think would he ever take it away and give it to his other son. It was already done. So that also means that Jacob had to manipulate him in order to get the blessing, because Jacob also knows that had he approached his father honestly couldn't have and wouldn't have given him his blessing with his heart. The fact that he manipulated his father and his father gave him of his full heart that blessing means it can't be taken away. Any other blessing to Esau would be a placation, would be a runner-up award, would be a participation trophy. Isaac loved Esau. Rachel knew from birth, because of her dream, that Jacob had to have this, because Jacob was prophesied by the angels to be the one who would be bowed down to. The older brother shall serve the younger brother. There we are, Genesis 27. Genesis 28's next.